Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Tom, and this little run through that we've been doing is pretty much covering how to do stuff and how to run a business or do stuff on your own. And this video is going to cover fuel hauling, and I have my own truck and trailer here for that. But if you're new, you have the same options over here. So this is a 40 unit trailer, same as the one that I have over there. Except this one's obviously not yours. And if you're starting, and maybe you've done a few container jobs, and you have the FL1 unlocked, you can use this to haul fuel. Or this truck, or whatever you have unlocked at the time you can use. And me personally, I like the FL1 for everything, so I've pretty much kept the FL1 and just steadily pissed it off and made it stronger and faster and more beefier. You don't have to do any of that. If you don't want to own your own vehicles, you can just borrow them from here. It don't cost you to use the vehicles here, except you don't get as much money from the deliveries. Because the truck owner or company owner of the vehicle will take X amount of funds. But we'll try and do enough for a contract, so which will be this one's 50, and that's going all the way down there. We're not doing a long run. We can do this one, but that's to a gas station. That's all the way down below. I just want something short. That's like Nokasan. Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll load all 40. Yeah, this can only hold 40. So, for the contracts, if I had my other trailer, we could do a full 50 contract, but so we're loaded up. We will go deliver it. I'll show you how to set up a contract. Because you don't start the contract here. The contract, if you start one here, will be for delivering here, not taking stuff away, kind of thing. And we could have went the other way, but whatever. And you can do contracts on fuel, logs, wooden planks, I think concrete, gravel, or limestone, coal, iron, and I think some of the food products and stuff like that. And since I have the weight, or the vehicle weight, so it tells you the breakdown of where your weight's at, and that you're overweight. Your vehicle should not weigh over 40 tons. Which, if you're driving a truck does not have good suspension, or have a built suspension, or a decently powered motor, you're going to struggle on hills. And even the way that I have it set up right now, I still kind of struggle on hills. But most of the time when I do this stuff, I'm usually hauling 2 trailers, so there's a little more weight disbursement, but it's a lot of weight, and I still am slightly sluggish. And I have the biggest motor or semi in the game in this truck right now. And all that stuff, which yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, we'll deliver this. I'll show you how to do contracts. And from the place that you get the or drop this off, there's a good chance that you can haul the fuel away after you drop it off. And then you can do another contract off the same fuel that you moved, kind of thing. But you can pretty much make a circle of it, unless you're going to, like, a place that's actually going to consume the fuel, like a gas station, or like the concrete place, or like one of the farms, or something like that. You cannot haul the fuel away from one of those. Let's say it's going from a fuel station to another fuel station, or something like that. You can continuously, never endlessly, stop doing the contract for the most part, I guess. But since we're only doing a 40 unit one, the biggest contract that we can do is a 20 unit contract. You can do 50 units, but then that would require me to do another lap around. Or use 2 trailers, which you're not going to get the option to run 2 trailers at the starting of the game. So I'll try to make this as realistic to a start of a game. Even though I'm using my own stuff. Yes, it's fine. You're pretty much going to get the same amount of money out of it from me doing it with my own stuff versus your stuff, or the beginner stuff, you'll just possibly not make as much money because of not owning the vehicle, I guess. So you might, instead of making, say, 80K, you'll make 60K or something like that. Like, it really doesn't affect anything. It's just depends on how you do it, how you want to do it. And in my opinion, doing contracts with fuel or oil, which I've covered in prior videos as well, is a great way to make money. Just hauling oil to get fuel and vice versa, back and forth, are pretty decently time consuming. And another good way to make money are containers, especially if you can haul 2 containers, like 2 short ones, or if you get if you get enough money to buy the dual trailers for containers. It is nice to haul 2 40-footers because you get paid both directions. So say your first, or both of your containers are 30,000. So you got 60,000 in product, and you drop it off, you got 60,000. On the way back up, you'll get another 60,000, or roughly about the same, because the price of it does fluctuate, just like everything else in this game. So prices fluctuate. I'm going to refresh my vehicle so I get rid of that stupid blob up in the corner. And there is an autopilot mode, so if you turn it on, it'll automatically drive for you as well. Which I could have done that when I was doing that other thing, but it's fine. If you're in like a single player run where you don't have it allowed to be an open game where other people can join you. So like this, if I turn on autopilot and press pause, my vehicle will not move. It will just be paused in that position until I get out of pause. Now say you're in, like say you have a public game or friends only game and you press pause, your truck will continue to move if you have autopilot on. Because then it's an online game at that point. So there's no technical pause at that point, unless you actually hit this screen. The map itself. So if I turn on autopilot right now and let it go. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta get in our own lane or it ain't gonna do anything, but you get on the road, hit autopilot, which if you're using the keyboard, it'll be different keys than what I have on the right hand side above the speedometer. I'm currently using a controller, so that's why it's different. But if I hit this button, it pauses the game. But if you're playing public or friends only, it will continue to drive. Is the thing. That's the only difference between them two, or between those two, I guess to say. But yeah. Either way. And if you want to do a public match, you can join other people or you can create your own. It really doesn't affect anything. Just sometimes when you do join other people and they have their own company and don't want people doing stuff, you cannot run your own company. Kind of thing. But the way that I normally do this is get out, walk over here, and then you can just hit contract. And I have 40 units, which this would require me to do another run. So I have 20 units, technically. And your bonus will be 58,000. Hit select, hit OK. It says contract signed. Which you do lose funds to a certain extent. Once you pull in, you're going to make that money plus whatever your load is worth. So you literally pause. We made 12K plus a 58K. So, and then from here, if we really want to, there's another short-ish one. Going to the fuel drop right here. We can do that, or I could have swore the ranch was on here. The ranch was, nope, that's the wrong ranch. Gassy Ranch, 1,300 feet. So they only want six units, so that's not going to help us at all. Anything else real short by? That's to a gas station, so that ain't gonna help us to do another contract. Um, shoot. Lumber mill only has 10 units, but we'll do the concrete one, which is fine. We'll just take another load there. It's right down the road, and I can cover what I mean that you can do multiple contracts off of pretty much the same fuel. So pretty much we have 30 units, and we just dropped 40 units off here. So technically we have the same fuel in all reality. So we just made 58 plus 12K, so we made, what, 70, no, 80K roughly, give or take. 50, 60, yeah, give or take 70, 80K, I think, no. 58 would be 68, 70K, give or take. I'm not good at doing math sometimes, I had to think. And as you see up on the left-hand side, instead of saying 650K, I went up $1,000. That means one of my vehicles in my company must have delivered something and they got paid. So he made $1,000. Or just under $1,000, I think. Or maybe slightly over, give or take. But yeah, so contracts are by far the easiest way to make funds. And like I was saying before, like if it's not your own vehicle, or if it's your own vehicle, you can damage the piss out of either of them. Just your own vehicle, you'll actually have to pay for it, but it's not like ETS or Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator where you crash a bunch of vehicles, gets worse at driving, worse at handling, or it'll just randomly shut off. It does not do that in this game. Just the only thing that you have to worry about is overheating or running out of fuel. Is pretty much that. Two things. But when you take it to like the repair shop or tune shop and you pay for it, you will have to physically pay for it and fix it, kind of thing. Well, that's like most games, anyways. But it physically does not affect how the vehicle runs or drives. If you completely crash it. I mean, we're at yellow right now. When it gets to red, sure, it's fine. Like the body in the corner at the bottom, next to I guess the turbo, the temperature, and the fuel place, just means you have body damage. There'll be an engine pop-up if you have engine damage, a radiator, a temperature thing if you're like overheating. You can get brakes and tire damage as well. But those are all like issues that will probably not happen unless you are going real fast and slam into something. And I mean, if you do damage your motor enough, it's going to run like crap. But the body damage does not affect anything. And stuff like that. So I mean, in the long run, sure, it might affect it, but if your body is just bright red after hitting a few things, it will not affect how the vehicle runs or operates. So this is our next drop off. We'll just somewhat swing in here. And the trucks in this game don't seem to steer that great, so sharp corners sometimes sucks. Or trying to back into some places suck. Because the truck sensitivity of steering kind of sucks. And I honestly don't think you can really fix it. Gameplay. No, not that one. Controls. No, that's just changing stuff. Because you can play it with controller, steering wheel, so on and so forth. So you got traction. I guess keypad steering is at 100%. And stuff like that. You can up it too, I guess. My bad. I did not know that. So, and then you can also turn on like shifting failure, anti-clutch slip, engine on, blah, 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 blah stuff too as well. But, so we'll get out, run over here, and open this, and then go to contracts, and then fuel, I will scroll down to 20. And I guess I didn't cover it last time, so it's going to charge us 11K, or 1166.7 to take the contract. But our completion is 58. Then you hit select and then go through this two screens again. And then you just back in or pull in or whatever. Which Another thing that I have figured out playing this game is if you like nose into a spot, it does not unload. You actually have to have the trailer in the square for the most part, or at least some of the trailer touching. And doing these kind of missions where it's tight like this, only two or three trailers doing these, you will have to physically separate them to get them all into the spot, kind of thing. And you literally drop off and get paid. We made 7K plus 58K again. And you cannot load fuel here. It's not enough. You can only haul concrete or cement out of here. So yeah. That's pretty much how contracts work. And you can do contracts with just about everything. Just the thing that I'm going to say is when you do contracts, pick up the contract when you're already at the place that you have to deliver the contract to. It saves time, saves stress just in case you accidentally don't have enough time or you get busy doing something else. Because they do have time limits. Some of the time limits are reasonably nice. Like, some of them, if it's a long run, it will give you almost a whole day to deliver it. Like, real time day to deliver it. It's not a problem. But yeah, so you have options to do contracts just about for everything except containers and maybe some of like the miscellaneous stuff. But for the most part, contracts are something that you can do at most places. Just always, whatever you're going to do the contract for, make sure you have and collect or click the one that you want to do. Because say I have 40 units of fuel and I accidentally click 50, that means I'll have to haul another load of fuel here. And 50 gives you 8 hours real life, so that gives you 8 full-on time to deliver it. And say you exit the game and come back, and say you still had 6 hours left, you'll still have 6 hours to deliver it. And then, say I don't even know how much cement you can carry at once. Say it's 40, you can deliver 40 and do that contract. So you just select the contract and do that, and then drop it off and stuff. But it won't be in this square. It'll be like over in the corner. It'll be over here where you drop that off at. But obviously, it's all the same. You can do contracts and make money. And yeah. So that'll be the end of this video. So thank you guys, and I hope these are kind of helping you figure out how to play the game. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.